Hey guys, let's start with new chapter of Loyal Pin Volume 2, Chapter 52, a temporary status that lasts forever. Sister, after having lunch with me, do you have any business to go anywhere else? Princess Alisa asked Princess Padmika a question while they ate lunch together at the front palace. No, sister. Do you have anything for me to serve you? There isn't much of anything. I'm just going to invite you to my room together. Yes, sister. Princess Padmika accepted Princess Alisa's words readily. She suppressed her curiosity to discover Princess Alisa's reason for inviting herself to her bedroom. The room that Princess Alisa referred to as a dressing room, with the door connected to Princess Alisa's bedroom. Please take a seat, sister. Princess Alisa extended her hand and invited Princess Padmika to sit on a long, luxurious patterned sofa. Then she disappeared into a room full of chests and safes that had to be encrypted for quite some time before she came out with several colorful velvet boxes. Princess Padmika saw this and hurried in to help bring the boxes and place them on the coffee table in front of sofa because she was in awe of Princess Alisa. Sister, why did you bring out these jewelry boxes? After the two ladies had placed 6 or 7 velvet boxes on the table, Princess Padmika immediately asked Princess Alisa what she was curious about. I only wish to give these accessories to you and Lady Pen. Do you wish to give them to me and Lady Pen? At this time, Princess Padmika raised her hand to touch her chest, very shocked. Her elegant face now looked highly chaotic. Are you giving them for any occasion? Lady Pen and I haven't done any good deeds. And who said you only have to do good deeds to receive gifts from me? Princess Alisa said while smiling. I wish to give them to you whenever I want. But there are no buts. Let's look at what's in here. Princess Alisa said, slowly opening the lids of those velvet boxes in very cheerful gesture. This box is an old jewel, flawless and very beautiful. I intend to give it to Lady Pen. This box is a topaz surrounded by diamonds. I intend to give it to you, sister. It will go with the ring you always wear on your finger. Princess Padmika could only sit in silence. She looked at Princess Alisa, who opened and closed the boxes with delight. At this time, Princess Alisa's conversation to be no different from the wind blowing past. Princess Padmika didn't understand anything at all. Sister, you have given so many things to me and Kunpan like this. Princess Padmika raised her eyes to meet Princess Alisa with a look of anticipation. Do you want anything from me or not? Princess Alisa only smiled and refused to answer Princess Padmika's question immediately. Instead, she picked up a topaz necklace surrounded by diamonds and placed it on Princess Padmika's neck, smiling happily. Sister, you overthink. Please just know that everything I do is something I must do. You know better than anyone. Everything I do always has a proper reason. Only a few days later, Princess Anil quickly explained why Princess Alisa gave so many gifts to Princess Padmika and Lady Pilantita. Auntie, Princess Anil greeted Princess Padmika before giving an order. She asked in a soft, gentle voice, Are you well? I'm fine. Princess Padmika spoke as she gestured for her to sit on a white painted iron chair under the shade of a charoparak tree. There is some wind today, so I told Maypin to welcome you here. Yes, Auntie, Princess Anil said, smiling. I heard you have returned to reside at the Pine Palace during this time. Princess Padmika spoke as she poured tea into a porcelain cup before handing it to Princess Anil. Thank you, Auntie. Princess Anil raised her cup of tea and took a small sip nominally. During this time, I'm mainly back at the Pine Palace, my lady. Both of us have many unresolved topics to discuss. Princess Padmika's sharp eyes drifted into the distance. Do you have some time to talk with me today? Of course, I do. Today I came to see you to apologize and ask for your advice. To apologize? Princess Padmika's brows rose suspiciously. What are you apologizing for? About that day that I said many offensive words to you. Princess Anal lowered her head and looked at ground before her, feeling guilty. I persist with my reasons, not sympathizing with others. I was so stupid and self centered. Can you please forgive me, Auntie? I saw that you're a very courageous person. In my life, I have never met a woman who has honest feelings like you. Even though I was used to following customs, do as the Romans do, strictly without any question or argument. Even though there are many things that I have doubts, no different from you. However, I shouldn't be aggressive towards you like that. How aggressive? Princess Padmika's eyes seemed too gloomy when she said this sentence, because in the end, almost every word you said was true. There's nothing wrong with your words. That Lady Pin's love for Khunkua was a colorless, rough woman cloth that I took and dyed to make it more attractive. I refused the truth to the point of almost taking such a bad person as a nephew in law. Khunkua's love, if compared to a cloth, would not be much different from a rag. Auntie, and what you said about there was no love between them two? Nevertheless, it was the satisfaction of Lord Kua alone. I made the mistake of believing that if they lived together, Lady Pin would love him afterward. On the contrary, they haven't been able to spend even half a day together. Lord Kua had done something shameful that caused the whole city to be ashamed. It hurts me so much that my sight of seeing people was that wrong. I feel guilty for causing both you and my niece to suffer to the point of not being able to eat or sleep for months. Please don't blame yourself like that, can you? Princess Anil looked at Princess Padmika with eyes full of sympathy. You would choose what you thought was best in that situation. Besides, no one knew in advance that things would turn out this way. I noticed that Kunpin was fortunate to escape from Kunkua at the last minute, which is better than getting married and finding out later. The more witnesses saw on that day, the more beneficial it will be for Kunpin because no one would ever accuse Kunpin of abandoning the man without good reason. Ha! Princess Padmika only laughed with resentment in her heart. The more I think about it, the more I am angry at Lord Kua. How else, who has a child and a wife, and dare to ask for my niece to cause everything to be so chaotic? However, I will consider Lady Pin as lucky as you said, because if the man were able to handle it so cleanly that the matter came after Lady Pin got pregnant, it would be even worse. It'll be hard to fix the situation. No matter how you looked at it, it seems difficult. At this point, Princess Anil's beautiful face looked a little messed up because Princess Padmika's statement that Kunpin might be pregnant with Lord Quackett sounded very insulting to her ears. I would like to apologize to you as well, to overlook your most important objection. Please accept my apology. Since the incident, in addition to Lady Pen, the next person I always wanted to apologize to was you. Princess Padmika didn't just say sorry. Nevertheless, this time, she bowed her head to Princess Anil, who hurriedly bowed her head in return. You have been too immoderate. I'll never feel sorry or be angry at you in any way. Princess Padmika heard this, nodded, and smiled the most heartily since the incident had happened. The matter of apologizing, we both understand each other. So, what was the matter that you said you wanted to consult with me? About the person who would care for me at the Pine Palace. Princess Anil spoke, smiling widely until her deep dimple was visible on her clear cheeks. I would like to ask your permission. Do you wish to have Lady Pin to be the caretaker instead of Mekoi, isn't it? Princess Padmika said to Princess Anil, before letting her to say, with smiling knowingly. Yes, Auntie. Princess Anil's dark eyes were extremely dazzling at this time. Nevertheless, not just taking care or it like it used to be. You mean that at this moment, Princess Padmika's face filled with doubt. I would ask for permission from you to let Kunpan stay and take care of me at the Pine Palace permanently. Princess Padmika, who was her hand raising a cup of tea to take a sip, suddenly stopped. She turned her face and locked eyes with Princess Anil for a long moment. Do you mean you want Lady Pen to move to the Pine Palace to stay with you? That's correct, Auntie. Please consider. Princess Anil bowed her body low to give even more respect toward Princess Padmika. No wonder a few days ago, Princess Alissa gave me a lot of gold and silver jewelry. Princess Padmika placed the cup of tea on the table thoughtfully. The story is consistent like this. Mother, did she do that? Princess Anil's beautiful face looked slightly surprised by what she had heard from Princess Padmika. I didn't know before. Then your mother probably guessed that you would come and ask for Lady Pen from me. Mother is so good to me, Princess Anil said while spreading a sweet smile, until Princess Padmika accidentally smiled after her. For a young princess is so adorable. Then, what about the king? Has he been aware of this matter? He already knows about that. I asked for permission from my father to say that I couldn't marry for the rest of my life because I wish to stay with Kunpin, whom I love, nevertheless can't be married with her. At this point, Princess Padmika's sharp eyes widened in wonder at Princess Anil's extraordinary bravery. It is widely known how much the king was fond of the young daughter of Saftaret, but Princess Padmika could not believe that Princess Anil would dare to ask her father about such a complex matter to understand. And what did he decide? Father just said that he only wanted me to stay so that he could see my face. Otherwise, whatever I wish to do, let it be according to my wish. Why did the king decide so easily? Princess Padmika is still full of concern. The Grand Prince gave a reason that father was worried about not being able to find a suitable partner for me because any man was inferior to me. Thus, my proposal aligned with his wishes. Therefore, father chose to grant the permission in my request not to marry. On another matter, father only stated it was dependent on my decision. Only the king understands this matter. The way that used to be a dead end has no way out. Nowadays, it seems very smooth and easy. Princess Padmika continued mumbling to herself while recalling the story of herself when she was young. What about you, Auntie? Princess Anil said as she poured tea for Princess Padmika flatteringly. Will you grant me permission or not? You mentioned about your father permission like this. What else can I say? Princess Padmika laughed with great affection at Princess Anil's cleverness. Anyway, I probably won't let Lady Pen stay at the Pine Palace permanently. But, Auntie, Princess Anil's beautiful face immediately became sad when she heard Auntie Pad's words. I allowed her to stay mainly at the Pine Palace. However, she could come to the Bua Palace occasionally. Princess Padmika ordered as she let out a long sigh. I can't accept it if I have to move all of Lady Pen's belongings out of the room where she has lived since she was a little girl. This is your greatest mercy, Auntie. Princess Anil bowed her head to pay respects to Princess Padmika with great gratitude. I also have a favor to ask you as well. I would do it for you very willingly. Please take care of Lady Pen better than me. Only this matter is what I requested from you. Now we come to the Pine Palace. At this time, Princess Anil appears to be busy, placing a silver picture frame with a picture of Lady Pilantita on the bedside table for a while. Princess Anil is delighted to see Lady Pilantita's belongings mixed here and there in the Pine Palace, like people who had begun to live together. Anil, what are you doing? I only saw you keep on smiling. After Pilantita had finished arranging her clothes in the drawers of Princess Anil's wardrobe, she turned to ask the young woman she loved in a voice filled with great love and affection. I'm finding a place to put your picture frame on. That angle is good, this angle is good. It's getting difficult now. You can put it anywhere. I don't like looking at my pictures that much, Lady Pilantita said as she walked over and sat on the bed beside Princess Anil. The young woman hugged Princess Anil with a sweet, pleading expression. But I like to look at them. In the picture, Kunpan has a simple smile. It's so sweet and cute, Princess Anil said while smiling. But Lady Pilantita scowled like a crybaby. Anil, Pilantita teasingly nipped at Princess Anil's delicate shoulder. Please don't tease me. Who will smile widely and show off their dimples like you? Princess Anil glanced and followed Plantita's gaze towards the many picture frames next to the bedside table on the other side, which is the side where Plantita sleeps every night. I never knew that you would keep all my pictures like this. Why shouldn't I keep them? Why did you keep it then? Princess Anil said as she turned and kissed Lady Plantita's round forehead very lovingly. Just as I often told you, Velantita flashed a sweet smile to the person before her. That I love you very much. I got through waiting for you by lying down and looking at your pictures. I can close my eyes and fall asleep because I see your face before sleeping. Princess Anil heard this and bent down and kissed Velantita's lips passionately. From now on, you have me to hug every night. Isn't that good? It's a dream that I don't dare to dream. Lantita tightened her embrace toward Princess Anil even more. Is it me who can sleep and hug you every night? Is it me who will live with Anil until she's old? No matter how dare you dream. But now everything is happening right in front of us. Princess Anil gently pushed Pilantita's thin shoulders, lay down on the bed softly. Do you know that? Actually, tonight is our first night as a partner. How is it? Palantita raised her hands to support the beautiful face of the person on her body. This is the first night we spend together under the acceptance of father, mother, and auntie. Princess Anil lifted Palantita's chin and kissed her passionately before starting to trace her lips along the smooth white shoulder of the lady passionately, before giving orders in a soft voice. So, at this moment, shall we start our consummation? That's it for this chapter, guys, and I'll see you next with chapter 53. Thank you.